Hey, Brian.
Hey.
I started on Zyban last week like we planned, and I'm ready to start on the patches. You had asked me to stop back and talk to you before my quit day. Well, that's tomorrow.
Oh, has it been a week already? How's it going?
Well, pretty good. It's interesting. I've noticed I'm really not wanting to smoke as much as I used to. I'm down to about 15 a day now.
Oh, great. So, tomorrow's a big day. Do you have any questions about how to use the patch?
No, we went over that last time, and I read the directions over again for good measure.
Okay, well then let's talk about some of the other things that you'll need to do. First, you need to get rid of all the lighters, cigarettes, and ashtrays in your house before you go to bed tonight.
Already covered. My wife and I are having friends over tonight, and I'm going to have a ceremony to get rid of my last cigarettes. She's already gotten rid of the ashtrays and cleaned the drapes and carpets this weekend to get the smell out. I haven't smoked in the house in quite a while now.
Oh, great. Then the next step is covered. It sounds like your wife is going to be a really good support person.
Oh, yeah. She quit a year ago, and she's been really helpful so far. I know I can talk to her whenever I feel like smoking.
Good. Hey, last week I asked you to think about situations that might trigger you wanting a cigarette so that you could plan on how to deal with them. What'd you come up with?
Well, that was easy. Last time I tried to quit, my major problem was going over to my buddy's house to play poker. Two of my friends smoke, and being around them was really tough. I was good for a whole week, and then I went over to Clark's on Saturday night. I just remember thinking about their cigarettes so much that finally I asked for one, and then I was right back to my usual pack a day.
So what would you do differently now?
Well, I looked through the material you gave me, and I spoke to my wife. And, well, my buddies, they love her cooking, so she's decided to host poker night for the next 2 weeks. Our house is smoke-free, so they can't smoke there. Getting through a couple of weeks of poker without them smoking in front of me, well, I think that'll be really helpful.
Oh, that's a great idea. Now, when you saw your friends smoking, what were you saying to yourself? Can you remember?
Well, as weird as it sounds, I was thinking that they were having more fun than me. It was like I think having a cigarette will make a good time even better. It's kind of silly, isn't it?
No, not at all. I mean, that's something that you've come to believe after years of smoking. But thinking like that can draw you right back into the habit. So when you see one of your friends smoking and that thought pops into your head, say to yourself, I'm in control, and let go of the thought.
Good idea. You know, it's like I talk myself back into smoking every time I see a smoker. Just because they're doing something doesn't mean I have to.
That's right. Okay, so let's go over your quit plan. You're going to continue taking the Zyban twice a day. Are you having any insomnia?
You know, a little, not too bad.
Okay, well, if it becomes bothersome, just take your second tablet a little earlier in the evening, but be sure it's no sooner than 8 hours after you took your first tablet that day.
Okay.
I really like the idea of you having a quitting ceremony after your last cigarette. Put the patch on as soon as you get up tomorrow morning, and make sure to use the coping techniques that we talked about, especially in regards to your poker games. And if you come across any other difficult situations, why don't you jot them down and we can talk about them next time. You know, where you were, who you were with, what you were thinking about, and how you dealt with the problem. Be sure to use your wife for support. And if you have any other questions, feel free to give me a call. If I'm not on duty, just leave a message. I'll call you as soon as I come back in. Other than that, why don't you stop back in a couple of weeks and let me know how it's going?
Will do. You know, I'm feeling really good about this. Much more prepared than I was the last time. I'll keep you posted.